So that is good, because I was waiting for you to tell me that you had Brian McKnight pop out from behind a bush or something. That's what I'm looking. I'm looking for somebody that's gonna have Brian McKnight.
We're gonna work on that. We're gonna work on that.
From Martin?
Yes.
I'm talking about. I need. Well, hello there, Flawless family. Ooh, it is season 3. Flawless Living Made Simple, Winning Mindsets. And it is I, your host, Tierra Walker Holloway. And you know, if you saw our promo, then you know this season 3, we are going even deeper, okay? We're getting into the mindsets of tastemakers, of entrepreneurs, of people in our community and about this world that are looking to make a change, whether that be powerful in the ways of business, powerful in the ways of mindset, powerful in the ways of health, wellness, and guess what? Our guest today is just that area, okay? You guys welcome Miss Ebony Rease.
Hello, everybody.
Woo, Ebony. So now, Ebony, thankfully, has decided to be our first guest on this season 3. And the amazing thing about that is we met at First Fridays with Sankofa, Virginia Beach NAACP, and Poolside Cooking. So, Ebony, tell the folks about yourself.
Well, my name is Ebony, and I am a mother, a wife,
Yes.
a grandmother.
Yes. Wow.
I am a sister, and I am a friend and many more things. I own a business called Beyond Concierge.
Yes.
Travel concierge services, all things concierge. So if you want to check me out on conciergecrazy.com. But most importantly, I love women.
Awesome.
Yes, I love for our women to be together. I love women empowerment. All things women is what I am here for on today.
That, you know what? I tell you one thing, she is definitely showing that she supports women because she is sitting right here with me. So what a great introduction of yourself and your business. That is one of the ways that we connected at First Fridays. You were raving about Beyond Concierge and how you can do not only domestic travel, in-town travel, staycations, but international as well. And so that really attracted me to you and your business because I said, wow, I had just been recently talking to one of my best girlfriends who swears that the only way she can book travel is through a dedicated travel agent, whereas myself, I also, we travel equally a lot, but I've never ever used a travel agent, and now that I'm beginning to travel a bit more internationally, just a bit, right? I said I need to find someone. So for you to be right there and us to connect in that way has just been amazing. And I really did want to talk to you because we talked that evening about your love and your grace for other women. So I know that you also have a full-time job that you've been doing for over 27 years as a phlebotomist, right? Yes. And we were talking about that. How does that play into being in the medical field and doing what you do? How does that play into your care of women and Black women?
Well, it definitely plays into the care of women. I service a lot of women. And I see their happiness, I see their tears, because usually as a phlebotomist, we're one-on-one a lot of the time. So sometimes.
What is it? You got to tell us what it is.
So phlebotomy is when you come in, you see your doctor, and they send you on to the lab and get your blood drawn. So essentially, I take the blood for the patient so we can diagnose them a little further. We usually normally call it the second doctor.
Oh.
So it catches a lot of things that.
So you're the lady that takes people's blood.
That would be me.
Oh, I didn't know.
27 years.
Wow.
Yes.
You must be good at that.
I'm excellent at it.
Yeah, because I know
I'm good.
Yeah, people talk about those veins and it doesn't creep you out.
No. I mean, I've been doing this so long, so it's like second nature. And before, when I first started, when I see a vein, like, you got the veins. Now, don't show me the vein. I've been doing it so long, but yes.
That is so interesting because you know what? As a person that is totally not interested in that. It is amazing to me. No, because I know so many caregivers, like so many nurses, several doctors, and so many people in the medical industry that deal with other humans, helping them to heal and be well and to be better every day. And it just amazes me what level of care you have to want to touch other people all the time.
I do it all the
It is so crazy. I admire it so much because I do not want to be touching multiple people.
I do it all the time. And sometimes you and I talk about spirits.
Yes.
And you can pick up on some of those spirits. And I'm like, oh God. So in turn, I still got to be professional, but I want them out.
Right.
You can just
see, and I wasn't even.
I didn't even
work. See y'all. See, winning mindsets. Here we go talking about. We just done jumped off into a whole. But I'm serious because I think about that because I am not. You know, that's not my thing. You know, touching people, and so it's like Yeah, no, I know, but I'm just saying, it's just I really admire it. Like I said, I have so many friends and colleagues that are in those businesses, but it's amazing to me that you can do it. And so for all this time, and so you were saying that actually being in the field that you're in for as long as you are, that you become good in so many things. And that is how Beyond Concierge came about. So tell us a little bit about the backstory of Beyond Concierge and how that also plays into not just your love of women, because we know that you care for women. If there are charities that you're involved in, please let us know so that we can, because we know if this is your first time watching Winning Mindsets, please know that all of Ebony's information is going to be down below, her website, how to contact her, social media, so everything that she allows for you guys to contact her and continue to do business. And we have some special surprises coming up, so you got to watch to the end. But in order to, enter into the special surprises, you got to keep watching. But all of that information will be below, okay? So if there are charities that you support or local nonprofits, please speak up about that.
So, how Beyond Concierge got started? I say about 15 years ago. I work with a lot of doctors and nurses and medical field in general, and they would always come to me and ask, Ebony, I need a hotel room, I need a vacation, I need a dinner menu. And so I was doing it for free and quickly, and I was good at it. And we would also go on family vacations, and my family would, get me to kind of spearhead the vacations. So it just turned into a love for vacation. And so I was doing it for free for many years. I was doing it for free. Don't do it for free. And I woke up one day and said, I'm going to turn this into a business. And I went away during COVID. I was traveling. And it was just me and God. And I said, God, you knew since I was a child that I kept saying, I don't want to work for somebody forever. I want to be an entrepreneur. And I was still helping people travel, but I didn't have a name. I didn't have a business. It wasn't professional. I was just doing it. Just pick my phone up whenever somebody called and said, oh, I seen this on this site, or I seen this on that site. And so me and God went one-on-one. Not only did he give me the name, because I had a couple of names, and I prayed on it for a couple of days. And he gave me the name Beyond Concierge. That's cool. And out of that, when I was by myself for all those weeks, not only did Beyond Concierge LLC come into play, also my website. I got somebody to build my website. So I was super excited. And then I went into a bank one day, and my banker, I was telling him about myself and what I like to do. And he set me up with an agency for travel. And so none of that was by mistake. So that's how Beyond Concierge started. Humble beginnings.
Right. No, that's really great, but it's also being obedient.
Yes.
Right? Yes. So that's one of the things that I constantly revisit in this year, 2025, the year of 9, right? Is being obedient and really knowing what that means and really following. When you're saying, I have come to understand. So when you're saying follow your heart, a lot of times it's saying follow God.
Follow God.
And
a lot of times, every time.
Yeah, well, every time.
Every time.
You're saying follow God. If you'll feel it internally to you. move forward in that direction. So I really think that that's super, super dope. And I know that you said that you initially did it for free, but like I was telling you, and you feel some way about it, but I feel like that was sharpening your skills to be, and to get to charge more. Do you not think that kind of like taking all those years and learning so many ins and outs before getting paid allowed you to come in almost as kind of like an expert?
Yes,
because
it really did.
Because you figure that, I know there are other things that as a travel agent, other benefits and stuff that you can get from the different companies and travel locations and stuff like that. Right, but that's what I'm saying. But to navigate that, did you have to get a certification? Did you have to? How do you become a travel agent for those people out here that are not local, because they're watching us in Kenya, girl? Yeah, hey y'all. So so you figure that for those people, like how would you even begin to do it? Even if obviously you wouldn't probably be internationally, but if you're in the States, how do you need a license for that?
No, you don't need a license. Okay. Initially, one of the people that I partner with is called IntelliTravel. Okay. So IntelliTravel, you don't have to have a certification. Okay. You actually can hook up with one of our reps, and you pay a monthly fee, and you can become a travel agent like overnight. Okay. You have modules and things that you need to sharpen your skills, especially when they come in new. So yes, no certification. Okay. So if you want to become a travel agent or a concierge, please get in touch with me. Yes. So again, that information is going to be down below, so you can reach her. And then also, just right now in the middle, as we continue our conversation, what is your Instagram? Do you use Instagram as one of your places, or are you on Facebook? I do Instagram. My Instagram is @Beyond _concierge. Oh no, you gotta look at it. You don't do it. I know. I use my Facebook more. Okay, tell us that, because that is Beyond Concierge. Okay. Yes, I use that one. Okay, Beyond Concierge. Okay, because do not go look for her on Instagram, y'all. Because anytime anybody you ask them to tell you their Instagram, they gotta look it up. They do not use it. Okay? I don't use that one as much, but I definitely post more on Facebook. Okay. And Beyond Concierge. Beyond Concierge. And conciergecrazy.com is my website. Okay, yeah, and so that is going to be below. So you figure that people can actually reach out to you to find out about becoming a travel agent as well. And so you figure that with that happening, so you find out about IntelliTravel, you get on with them, you find out about more of the perks, and then how do you go about building a business? Because you're in year 5 now, right? Yes. Was it just like reputation to begin with, or how did you begin kind of growing it to where it is now? A lot of it was word of mouth. Media, anything free, because let's face it, I didn't have a lot of money. Right, okay. So everything that I could do free, that's what I did. Word of mouth and family. Like I would get on Facebook and post daily, or try to. Right. And I had a lot of business cards. I would, and I still do the same. And sometimes good old fashioned word of mouth, or going door to door, or sometimes I would go in the mall with my business cards and just pass them out. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so that is good. That is really, really good. And so it's a lot of sweat and tears. Right. No, for sure. That's for sure. And so you figure that between your family, and then I think it's always kind of good to come, because you said that your family actually went on family vacation. And I think that a lot of that would have informed that too, right? Because if you grow up in a family where you don't vacation, then it's kind of more aspirational than it is normal. Right. How important for our mental health and wellness do you consider vacationing? Because I will tell you a story. So lots of people know that during 2008, when the first housing crash happened, between 2008 and 2010, I stepped away from real estate, okay? And I started working down at, it's now called Diamond Resort. But at that time, yeah. So but I didn't make it through training because but the reason I didn't, I was actually the top of the class, but I got offered a job on a real estate team, and that's what brought me back into real estate. Nice. But I was working down there because I was thinking about doing property management, right? And I was thinking about coming back into real estate, right? But
I was down at Diamond, and I was like top of the class. You know, they gas you up.
Yes.
Like, you're going to get out there and make $700 million. But I knew, because I've been in sales for so long, that it was going to be harder than that class, right?
Yeah, cut it at
I'm telling you, I thought I just knew it was going to be harder, as opposed to real estate, which was my passion. To have get an offer to be on a team. That's what kind of brought me back in. But all of that was to say, okay, that I know that the travel industry is ruthless. Okay, I know it is. So tell us, what is it? How important is it for it to, first of all, for you to be able to be and take vacations as a family or even solo?
Well, our family, I often say, if our family had a little bit of money, nobody would do it. Mm-hmm. We would just be vacation. Our family vacations often. I've been on vacations upward of almost 50 people, all family on vacation. Mm-hmm. And typically we try to take a vacation once a year or annually. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we do more. Little ones in between, or international one, a big one. Mm-hmm. So that in itself, and then mental health wise, I'm going to get me a vacation. I didn't used to do that when I was young. Mm-hmm. I would work, you know what they call me, the PTO hoarder. Mm-hmm. I just wanted PTO. I didn't never want to use it. Mm-hmm. I would go somewhere, if I was off that weekend, I would take a Friday. Mm-hmm. I'd work on it Thursday, and I would come back to work on Monday. Mm-hmm. But the older I got, you need your mental health. Right. No, you know? Yeah, no, for sure. You really do.
For sure. And then I know one thing that I've learned over the years is that what a lot of people don't see is the planning, because the further ahead you plan, the better the vacation, right? Precisely. So my uncle told me that several years ago. He and his family had just came back from somewhere amazing, mm-hmm. and I'm just like, oh, Uncle Joe, that is so good, And he's like, well, the secret is that we started planning, 2 years ago, and mind you, it's not for lack of means. I think a lot of times people will consider...
Well, they think it's a lack of means, because I often say, okay, if you pay a bill every month, mm-hmm. some people it is, but they're never going to have it. But if you start early enough and you're able to pay $50 here, $20 there, it adds up. Yeah. And you don't have mm-hmm. to take no real expensive vacation.
Right. Well, no. No, agreed. I definitely agree, but that's what I'm saying, is that, that's the point, is that with more means, you're going to likely spend your money wiser. Yes. So it's almost better to plan 2 years ahead for a trip to Africa or a trip to Paris, where you're paying it as a monthly bill up until certain points, or paying it quarterly up until certain points, versus so many, and even myself included, so many of us planning trips 90 days out, 120 days out, and things are so much more expensive.
Don't do what she does.
And things are so much more expensive at the last. And I really do. I am like that. I am impulsive. I don't want to say I'm impulsive. I'll know that I'm taking a trip. But I'm saying it's not impulsive, because I know that I want to. But I will wait, just like I wait to pack, and all of that. But I have packing cues now. Okay. Oh yeah, I got packing cues now. You can't tell me nothing. Okay, you can't tell me nothing. Okay, with the packing cue. So, but that's what I'm saying, is that I'll 60 days, 90 days, and I know there's a huge difference. Other than the plane tickets, I'll get the plane tickets as soon as possible. But everything else, I'll wait.
The plane tickets as soon as possible. Wait, last minute for vacation.
Yeah, like the other stuff.
How does that work?
Once you get the plane tickets, it's real.
Right. I gotta go ahead and vacation.
I always get the plane tickets first.
Oh wow. Okay.
I do. See, that's what I'm saying. I need to learn from you.
Well, you're not gonna have any problems now. Let me set it
up. Yes. Because that's what I do. I always get the plane tickets first, and then and then I go from there. So I'll say, okay, yes, I'm going for my birthday. Like I do every year, and I'll get the plane tickets maybe in February or January.
And solo travel.
Yes, and then I'll wait, until March or something, and then I'll start booking everything else. Well, I got you now, so
you got me.
We're gonna figure.
I'm gonna take care of the trouble too.
Okay, no, for real. And then tell us a little bit more about your local adventures and some of the local things that you plan here in Hampton Roads, because I know you're originally from Connecticut. You told me that. Yes. Okay, so you're a Connecticut girl, East Coast girl.
Yes, East Coast girl.
And then you lived in Eastern Shore.
Eastern Shore for a long time. I went to school there in the Northampton County Public Schools.
Okay.
And
what was the weather like over there? We always hear about the worst weather in Northampton County.
No, it's like here.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, because I feel like I don't watch the movie anymore, but I just, in my mind, sounds like a place that gets that weather. It's not? Okay. And so now you're here in Hampton Roads.
Mm-hmm.
So what are some of the local, because I know you said you do staycations.
I do staycations.
Can you share a story of one of your like sexiest staycations and then one of your funniest staycations, like in a family-friendly way? Can you share a little secrets or something?
It's like family.
Okay, we do family first. Family friendly.
We do a family vacation. A lot of us go to Myrtle Beach.
Okay.
For Thanksgiving. The same house.
Oh, that's nice.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
And it can be 30, 35 people in one room.
Wow. So you have a lot of cousins?
We have a lot of cousins.
Mm-hmm.
I call it organized chaos now, but it's so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
We get together, we conversate, we have play games. So those are some of my happiest vacations.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, sexiest vacation.
And it doesn't have to be for you. It could be that you set up for someone.
Oh,
that's what I was saying, like a sexy staycation.
I had a client that I booked a staycation hotel. Mm-hmm. It was for her fiance, and we didn't know it was for his birthday. And I got the room decorated. They don't drink, so I just got bottles of non-alcoholic wine. I got food trays filled up, balloons. And the people at the hotel actually helped me because I wasn't there. Right. And so they put everything in, and she posted and took pictures. And so it was nice.
That sounds nice. Mm-hmm. That sounds really nice. That's good. So that is good, because I was waiting for you to tell me that you had Friday night pop out from behind a bush or something. That's what I'm looking. I'm looking for somebody that's gonna have Friday night.
We're gonna
pop
work
out
on
from
that.
behind
We're
a
gonna
bush.
work on
that from Martin.
Yes.
I'm talking about. I need somebody to go pop Friday night out for me. But no, I hear you.
We working on it.
Yeah, let me know. Let me know.
That's gonna be you.
Let me know. So now, I know that you were saying that your heart is for women. Yes. Tell us just a little bit more about some of the things that you do to sow into our community and some of the things maybe that you'd like to impart on our viewers and things that we can do to just protect and honor each other.
So I am on a board of Ocean Party, which they pour into women frequently. We just had our big women's conference in May in Maryland. Actually, it was wonderful. It was beautiful, well put together. And to come out with me here, I'll do tea party, vision boards.
Yeah.
I just like women, or just sit out in the backyard and have a couple of cocktails, a lot of charcuterie or something light.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't have to be big all the time.
Right. No, it definitely does.
Sometimes
I love good tea.
A good tea. I love good tea.
Me too.
Get cute. And sometimes they'll bash.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe a little bit of that.
Just a little
bit. But you know what? That's where I kind of get knocked out on that.
Well, not just a little bit.
Just a little. I mean,
and most of the time, it'll be my girlfriend's like if somebody's having a bad day.
Oh yeah.
You know, intimate.
Yeah.
Because you can't.
No. You talking about right? You talking about the kitchen table talks, like what we used to call it.
Yes.
You know what? I did not like Wendy until she was gone. I still don't like her. I just feel sad for her. I do feel sad for her. I mean, I do. I did not like her. She was so, I don't know.
She was kind of like a little pushy sometimes, a little.
I mean, I just did not like Wendy. However, I give her credit for being pioneering in her space.
Definitely.
And I definitely feel sad for what's happening to her because she is a black woman. And because she worked so hard to be where she was, even though we may not believe how she was about it, right? But I did not like Wendy.
She's kind of messy.
Ooh,
that's a little bit.
Yes, it's messy. And the older
I don't do messy. Listen.
I mean, I don't know.
When I was young, I didn't do messy. I don't do messy.
Oh no, I don't know about that. I started the fashion police in high school. So remember the fashion?
You was a mean girl.
No, I wasn't a mean girl, but I always been a fashion girl. Okay. So I wasn't a mean girl. I didn't consider that mean. That's not mean.
Yeah, no.
Is that mean?
No, it's not mean. But I've always been an underdog.
Well, okay. Me too. I'm serious. I always have been too. I've never been a mean girl. I have to this day, I still have friends going all the way back to elementary school. I've lived in 3 different states. My friends are consistent. We stay cool. And no, I mean, even people that were mean to me, that grew up really ugly, they still follow me, and we still connect, and we still, are friends on different platforms and things. So no, I don't think I
grow up.
Right, and I think that I was bullied more than I feel like
because you were different, you were pretty.
Yeah, I think I got bullied a lot. But you know what? During our growing up, I mean, I don't know. I think you're younger than me, but you figure that during our growing up, I mean, that bullying stuff was not kind of.
I ain't play that bullying because
I'm just saying nobody cared. Like, meaning it wasn't like today.
Oh, like where you have advocates for
right, and where my daughters will come to me, and be like, "Mom, today, soon," and like really want me to like. I'm going to talk to it and I'm going to speak to it, but it's like, see, that's what, but it wasn't like that because I could joke. I'm from Baltimore, so it was like, I would joke. I didn't really have to fight so much. I had to fight. I mean, I definitely had some fights, but I'm saying that back then it was more about joking and what we call cracking on people. Cracking on people. Like you had to be able to crack them jokes. You had to be right. You did. So that's what I'm saying because I definitely got teased. I can just remember just trying to do different things, and I just got teased, but I don't know. It just never. That's why, and I guess that's why. Let me tell you, that's why I never was a mean girl because people teased me, and I could not figure out why. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like people would be picking on me, like my daughter now. But that's what I'm saying is that I never have understood that directly to me because I don't feel like I radiate that energy. But it happens to my daughter, my 13-year-old. And
it's not because
now,
you're ready to anything, because you're different.
Well, yeah, no, thank you. But that's what I'm saying is that's what I'm saying. So I'm not walking around like, ooh, I want to be better than you. No. But people will always be that, right? And now that it's so crazy because now with my 13-year-old, who is beautiful, and she gets picked on so bad, and I see it now. But back then,
how does that make you feel?
I mean, it just makes me feel like I'm raising some queens, and that I'm showing her how to deal with it. And it is weird because they pick on her a lot, and it's always some kind of like something that they just find stuff, and it's the same. It's crazy though. It's the same thing that they did to me. So it's interesting to see it so many years, later.
Well, growing up as young, I didn't get picked on much because I grew up in a fight.
Okay.
So
really,
yes.
Winning mindsets exclusive, y'all. We did not know this. Look at this lady all button up her linen on. Let's talk about it.
So I had I think it was 27 first cousins. And at one point we all lived in Houston. And we were known as a bigger family, so I didn't get it. And I was one of the younger ones.
Oh.
So they already knew.
See, and you know what? Now let me tell you.
Protection.
See, that's so good because you know what? I am the oldest.
Oh, okay.
Oh my
God. I was one of the younger ones. Me and my cousin Nikki.
Oh my God. I used to want a big brother so bad. Oh my God.
I had a whole lot of big brothers and sisters.
Like when I was little.
Are you only child?
No, I have a younger brother.
Okay.
And then I do have like older siblings that, are my dad's children that we're, connected and stuff, but we didn't grow up in the same state or anything. Okay. So you figure that, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I used to get picked on so bad. And I would just wish that I had like somebody that could come out there. But here's the thing.
I always had those advocates.
On
ready.
No, but let me tell you something. I got bullied, but I didn't get beat up.
Right.
And here's what I'm saying. Because, and I was just telling somebody this the other day. Every phase of my life, God has placed women and girls there. I mean, even if these women or girls or their mothers, right? When I was a child, their mothers, these people stepped in the break. They filled the gap for what I was lacking. And every phase of my life I've had that. And I always hung, not even on purpose, with older people. No, with the girls that could fight.
Listen.
Shout out to Tanaza, Tiffany, Tanisha, Baltimore, Glen Avenue. Look, I always hung out with the girls. LaWanda, listen, even them names tell you they can fight.
Yes.
And let me tell you something. It wasn't on purpose. They were just who lived on my block, right? Or who I ended up gravitating towards as friends, and we became friends. But they picked on me first too. Like before I moved there, they picked on me bad. Then when I moved in, they took me in, you know, as a friend. And I'm younger. I was younger than everybody, you know. But that's what I'm saying is that, you know, I have always had women step in the gap for the places in which I was lacking that female guidance or help. Yeah. So, but I definitely did not. My whole family group chat. Not to cut you off, just gotta tell you. You said, I just gotta run it back. I wasn't going to address it because this is your interview. Yes. Okay, but I'm telling you, when you said your family went on trips 50 y'all, our whole family group text is like 17 people. Like that's these, and that's on my mom. That's on my mom's side. Like 17 total people, and that's including the kids with home. That's what I'm saying. We'll have a regular cookout on the weekend. It is way more. Oh my God, it's like 17 of us total. Everybody is all over the country.
Yeah, well, we're spread out, but when, for instance, in May, when our aunts turned 4, and we were at restaurant right on North Boulevard, the Red One.
Oh my God, it's in my mind. I see it. Ebony
Rease. And so, in fact, when everybody knew we were having a birthday dinner for her, she wasn't quite sure about it. I think it was almost, we had a reservation for 60 people. And that was just for birthday. That was a little like something. No, and they were coming from everywhere. They came from Florida. They came from Georgia.
Wow, that's so cool.
Maryland.
No, that's so cool. We recently went on like a semi-family vacation to celebrate one of my aunt's birthdays. And of my mother's side of the family, it was like 6 of us there. 8 of us there.
6 of us is a little like something.
No, that's what I'm saying. That was half. That was half of the family. Like, that's what I'm saying. It was like, and that was including my children. So you figure that, like, we just have a smaller family. I mean, in comparison to most people that I know, but I'm just saying, it's compared to most people that I know that have like 8 cousins and stuff. Like, I have like 2 cousins, 3 cousins. And that's what I'm saying. I don't have the family.
I have never been out the country with less than 10 people.
Really? Yes. That's amazing.
For my birthday, I turned 50.
What you mean when you turn 50?
When I turn 50.
Oh, girl, you is fine.
I'm fine.
Okay, she is super fine.
Face card and fine.
Yes, I'm talking about, look at you. I'm looking at you too. Okay, girl, so when you turn 50 now, go ahead.
It was, I think it was 10 or 11 of us.
That sounds like a wonderful
time. We had a great time. It was hot.
That sounds like a wonderful
time. Get out, but that's probably one of the smallest.
That's really nice.
Because typically when somebody graduates from our family or high school or college or whatever, somebody picks something, they want to go somewhere. And we do that. So, and everybody goes.
That's so wonderful. I mean, I really love that. And that's what we were talking about recently on our trip, that we are going to be planning a trip once a year. So that's where you're going to come in, because we're going to have you to help us to organize that. Because I was the one that was really kind of championing for it. So now I got to come with some results, right?
Let's do it.
So, but yeah, let's do that. Let's get our families shored up and prepared. And so you guys, you've been watching, you've seen us just have some great conversation, just like getting to know Miss Ebony Rease, Concierge Crazy, right? With the website.
Yeah, Concierge Crazy.
ConciergeCrazy.com is the website. And then Beyond Concierge is the company, okay? Yes. She is also an advocate for women and on the board of the Ocean's Garden. And what exactly is Ocean's Garden?
Ocean's Garden is a nonprofit organization that helps women.
Okay.
So as we talked about, they are all 100% for women. They help different ones in need. And as I said, we had a conference in May. It was a week. All women. All weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Wow.
Events, telling stories. We had a board. It was amazing.
Wow, that sounds
just
great.
Happiness. And everybody was glowing and just happy. I had a ball.
No, that sounds wonderful. So yes, so more information will be about that below. And really, you guys, I just thank you for tuning into this first episode, season 3, Flawless Living, Made Simple Winning Mindsets with the beautiful, can you believe this lady is over 50, Ebony Rease, okay? Like, not crack. Really, happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
You wasn't turning 50 then. You're older than 50?
I am older than 50.
Lord, come
Black
on.
on crack.
Come on, God. You just see this lady? Okay. So I really truly appreciate you coming, for trusting us, having met that one time, having that one conversation.
It was your energy.
Oh,
you were bubbly.
Oh man, I appreciate that so much. And I love
what
these
they call you?
Oh, Tierra Walker.
No. They were calling you
oh my God.
the Beyonce of real estate. I said, okay.
Okay, you know what? Okay.
They on to something.
You know what? Well, I appreciate that, but I do that. I'm going to leave that. Listen, Beyonce.
So that means I should bark good.
But thank you.
No, that word is so
I appreciate that.
great.
Thank you so much.
I step above.
I appreciate that so very much. And I just appreciate you, like I said, this trust in coming on the show, not really knowing how it was going to go, and just being willing to have a real honest conversation with you. We're going to continue to kind of do this throughout the rest of the season. I just really want to see where this can go, and I'm so thankful. I always kind of mix it up, but it's tasty, and that's what you are. And when you are out here helping people to elevate their lifestyle, their business, and just have that mental health and wellness break that they need, whether it's in town, around the country,